Jesse, I just sent you a video.
Okay.
This, I'm convinced, because it is Detroit and because it is Tampa, this does not make national news the way it should. And it's not because Detroit and Tampa aren't huge hockey markets. They are.
Yep.
But it's a non-national game,
Yep.
right? It's a regional game on the FanDuel Sports Network. And it is a play towards the end of the third period. And Steve, you've got Rasmussen and you've got Kucherov, and the puck and a player both hit the net. What happens?
Rasmussen, who has been known to have... Oh, Jesse, that was the screenshot right there. You stink. Rasmussen has had...
Kucherov, you're talking
Yes.
to. Yes.
Rasmussen has had spicy empty net goals this season. Earlier, it was against the New Jersey Devils. He scored and then stood over Jack Hughes and being all tough and brr. The Red Wings are up 1-0. There's 28 seconds to go in the game. He is about to put the puck in the empty net with Nikita Kucherov chasing him. While the Lightning are losing a game...
He slips on a banana peel.
Kucherov tries to help his team. Kidding. He quits, shits his diaper with the force of a jet engine, like he always does. He takes out Rasmussen's skate, slashes him right on the skate blade on purpose, sends him tumbling into the net, and Rasmussen is slow to get up and visibly hurt. This is a dirty play. This is a very obviously intentional play. This is a chicken shit play from a chicken shit player. I don't care that Nikita Kucherov is one of the most... No one's taking anything away from him. He is a clear and proven winner.
All world.
He is an all-world player. He is going to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame. He is one of the most, if not the most talented players in the entire league. No one is taking a single thing away from him. He's entertaining. You could even say he's funny. This is a deliberate intent to injure from a chicken shit player that you let get away with chicken shit all the time. All the fucking time. Last year, that elbow to the face of Tom Wilson, couldn't believe it was nothing. It was fucking nothing. He knew Wilson was behind him the whole time. He did his little shoulder check, throws the elbow up, gets him right in the face. Nothing happens. Now, what did we talk about last week? Connor McDavid did something that is 2 games. It's 2 games. He did something suspension worthy, but it is always 2 games unless you're Morgan Riley and you try to cross-check someone in the face skating at them full speed.
Yeah, which is 5.
Which is 5. They set the precedent. It's 2 games. Unless you're Timo Meier, then it's 1. Unless you're Connor McDavid, then it's 3. McDavid gets the extra game because why? This was a heated debate. It was one of the best episodes of the CJ show.
Because he elbowed Johansson in the face in the previous game.
But that's not a legitimate
I
reason.
know. I'm just...
It's because
I was trying to get
you
Jesse
decided this is nothing.
Yeah.
So it's nothing. Connor McDavid has a history. He had been suspended in 2019. That's why he got the extra game.
However, hold on. Aren't they supposed to not look at things after 18 months? Isn't it supposed to be a clean record after 18? That's what bothered me about that. Because Julian and Chris are having a legitimate conversation. Like, well, he's got a history here. I thought the league looked at it like when they who beaned Oscar Sundquist? That's Tom Wilson.
Tom Wilson.
But there was like an 18-month gap. And they're like,
believe-
well, he gets this many games because it's been 18 months since his last issue.
I want to say the vernacular is different for a player as a history and a player as a repeat offender. Which is,
Oh my God!
I think
Yeah,
absurd.
you're probably right. You're
Like-
probably
Yeah,
right.
no, the a player is considered a repeat offender for 18 months following his most recent incident that resulted in a suspension. His status as a repeat offender in this category is used to determine the amount of salary forfeited should he receive another suspension. So they're allowed to look at your history of when you've broken rules in the NHL and been suspended, but the repeat offender 18-month window is to use to determine the salary that you relinquish.
Got it.
So it's like an actual. The thing the NHL doesn't do is write down hard and fast rules and have just strict. Hey, this means this. They actually have done that with repeat offender rules.
Okay, cool.
So Connor McDavid got suspended 2019. You know who else got suspended 2019? Nikita Kucherov for boarding Nudivara on the Blue Jackets, I believe. And I think he was also suspended in the playoffs once, or was that a fine? I'm not totally sure. Either way, He was suspended the same year as Connor McDavid. This is a deliberate attempt to injure a player. He did get a penalty. It just...
Who cares? There's 30 seconds left.
The ref throws up their arm. The goal goes in. So it's nothing. And Kucherov knows that. It's a freebie. He got a free reason to injure a player on a divisional rival.
And Rasmussen, as much as he did skate off, but if you saw him going down the tunnel, he had two guys
hurt
under his arms. Yeah.
He was hurt. Because why? Because some player took out his feet on purpose for an empty net. It's not the same as what Mark Scheifele did to Jake Evans in the playoffs, where Evans scored an empty netter and Scheifele, from about 30 strides away, just decided to kill him. But in spirit, what's the fucking difference? In spirit, you're like, you know what? They're about to score an empty netter. I'm going to get my pound of flesh.
Here, Maddie, put this in the TikTok that's going to come from this. But Steve, you cheer for the Leafs. Morgan Riley cross-checked Riley Grigg in the face for doing the same thing.
And you're not going to believe what happened? You're not going to fucking believe what happened.
How can you sit over there and talk all this about Nikita Kucherov when you cheer for Morgan Riley?
Yeah. Well, Jesse, get ready to hold on to your ass and dick and balls because he was suspended for 5 games. 5 games for what he did.
And you know what's interesting about it? The Morgan Riley thing, the big thing that they said was, hey, it happened after the play was over. That was part of the problem.
He shouldn't have fucking done it.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have done it. And the league went, here are all the onion layers of why he shouldn't have done it. 5 games. 4 games, and you play for the Leafs, fuck you.
And Perron got 5 or 6 against Zub, right? For cross-checking him in the head.
Alan Walsh client.
Yes.
Nikita Kucherov is
a saint.
Provably
Great guy.
The dirtiest, greasiest scumbag in the league, and the league does nothing about it.
Put that as the start of the TikTok.
If I'm in no, and this is a Leaf fan saying this. If I'm an Oilers fan, I look at what Kucherov did in that clip, and I'm losing my mind.
Why?
McDavid got suspended for something that is absolutely a suspension. Why is cross-checking a guy in the face a suspension?
Because it's dangerous.
Because it's dangerous and the guy might get hurt. You intentionally take out a guy's feet and send him crashing into the net, the thing that broke Steven Stamkos' leg a few years ago.
Yep.
And because it's Rasmussen on the Red Wings, who gives a shit? I'm going to suspend Kucherov for something he did to like some middle six guy on the Wings? Gives a shit. Gives a shit. We're trying to sell seats here.
But you suspend McDavid for what he did to a middle six guy on the
Not
Canucks.
just suspend McDavid, but you jack up his suspension because of a suspension that he had in 2019. What's Kucherov got under his belt besides knives and guns? The dude's unbelievably dirty.
He's a red mist player.
He's a red mist. Yeah, except it's just the cloud is part of it. It just orbits around him like the rings of Saturn. He's not a player who activates red mist. He's a player who always plays with violence on his mind. And someone's going to get fucking hurt.
Okay.
Someone did, actually, and you didn't give a fuck.
Hey,
you're
man,
the worst department
listen,
of player safety in sports.
They might give him a $2,500 fine. Like, that could be significant.
That happened more than 24 hours.
No, we're well removed from that. That was Saturday.
Man, I guess not then.
Yeah, no, we're removed from the window of when they would have done
I guess
that.
Nikita Kucherov doesn't need to put on antiperspirant today because I'm sure he was going to sweat that one.
Hey, I'll give you another fan base that should be losing their mind. The Detroit Red Wings.
Well, they are.
They are
losing
because of what happened to their player. Also, who happened to get the longest suspension in the NHL last year?
A Red Wing?
David Perron.
Oh, right.
When he was with the Red Wings. And you know why? He shouldn't have done it. Player might have got hurt. Blah, 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 blah. They don't care.
There was a clip going around, too, of, I don't know what season it happened, but Kucherov also tried this on JG Pajot against the Islanders.
Bad guy.
And it didn't work. So you'll see here, he gets him right in the gonads on the empty net.
Which is a fine every time. Every time.
I believe that's how this play works. Yeah, there it is, right between the legs. Tries to, what's the can opener him? Yeah. Doesn't really work. Hits him in the gonads. And JG Peugeot turns around and is like,
and look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Good. And then he goes after him. Yeah, chicken shit.
Yeah. And Kucherov tries to fight back, and that's the other.
This is what happens when you don't take care of your problems. All the NHL has done is taught Nikita Kucherov over and over and over and over and over and over again this is okay. Make hockey violent again. Attaboy, George. Attaboy. Attaboy, George. You fucking unbelievably useless at their job person. Horrible.
Nikita Kucherov has been fantastic for my fantasy team. Great guy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Great. This you know what? This is what makes him a good player. Like this
absolutely,
edge,
it is.
This
absolutely.
edge that he plays with makes him the Hart Trophy candidate year in, year out.
Because you never know when.
And guess what?
Snap.
And guess what? That fire that he plays with makes him good.
Yeah.
And he deserves to be punished when he does something dirty. This isn't complicated.
Deserved.
I don't think this is complicated at all.
Deserved is a strong word.
Oh, Jesse. Who's the top player on your fantasy team?
McKinnon Kucherov.
Damn, that's a good fantasy team.
Yeah, I sold out because we do auction draft because we're a real league. So I did an auction. We did auction drafts, and I always sell out every year for the top players. It's a really good fantasy.
Hope McKinnon doesn't score an empty netter against the Lightning.
I hope he does.
Oh, season ender.
I got that point.
Like, what's it going to take? What's it going to take?
Well, it would also take Detroit having somebody not baby soft in their lineup. Like, who's going to go after him?
Well, it's not like
Detroit and
the
New Jersey
Lightning
are like softer teams, right?
It's
They
not
are.
like the Lightning have routinely had like tough guys in their lineup,
But they're gritty.
they're a very
Brandon Hagel,
gritty team. Yeah, gritty
Nick
team,
Paul,
annoying team.
Asamont, going back, Blake Coleman, Barclay Goudreau. Like, those are not fun. Those are mean guys, right? I don't see the Red Wings have been better since Todd McClellan's been there, but I don't see them as the Detroit scary mean guys.
Listen, you can't do that. It's fucking ridiculous that's nothing.
Yep. Yeah.
Completely ridiculous.
I know.
Unacceptable for any league that fancies itself professional.
I know.
It wasn't nothing. It was 2 minutes for tripping.
Not a league.
Steve.
Not a league.
Steve, do you know the rules of hockey? He got a penalty.
Yeah.
Steve's pissed, man. Like, yeah, I can.
I don't know why. They called the penalty.
All right. Hey, just a quick thing. I was driving home from... Is that your Steve Dangle impression?
Nikita Kucherov is a fucking scumbag.
Do you know George Barrows?
Oh, my God.
I don't know. I don't know. I assume he's a nice guy.
Oh, yeah?
I assume he's
Make hockey violent again.
Well, if you were... I mean, you also share a love of players getting hurt. So if you were also his close personal friend, you'd be hired in a second.
I don't think we should take out violence out of hockey. I think it's a part of the game. Guys
Jesse,
playing hard.
and only
There's
soft people like you would think so.
Fuck off. It's not taking violence out of hockey. You're not allowed to deliberately injure a player. That has always been in the rules. It's rarely been enforced.
Everybody listening, you just heard it. Steve Dangle wants them to play with mittens on.
Wow.
You know, he wants hockey to look like Leo's hockey. Am I right, guys?
Jesus Christ, you belong on Fox.